hear the difference between the words are and or, far and for, car and core, park and pork? Can you say these words accurately? Can you say the sentence, "There are 4 cars in the parking lot," accurately, like this? The English sounds we are going to work on today are the and the o vowel sounds. The as in are, far, car, and park. And the o as in or, for, core, and pork. There are 2 typical errors that Vietnamese people make with the and the o vowel sounds when speaking English. First, usually people say an or a sound or something similar instead of the English sound when there's an r sound after the a. So people say instead of r, pack instead of park, and care instead of car. In American English, there are a lot of words that have the r sound combination, and the Vietnamese version sounds pretty bad. Second, many Vietnamese people say an sound instead of the o sound when there's an r after the o sound. So people will say far instead of for, star instead of store, and barred instead of bored. In this video, we will learn how to say words with the and the o sounds correctly. We will examine how we typically spell words with the and the o sounds. We will practice saying words and sentences with these 2 sounds. And we will test your newly acquired skills. So, let's correct these mistakes and start speaking accurate English. Are you with me? Let's go! Many Vietnamese people confuse the sound with the a sound. So let's see how we make this sound correctly. The sound in American English is like saying the in Vietnamese, such as in the word thịt bò. To say the sound, you need to do 4 things. First, open your mouth and drop your jaw. Second, pull your cheeks in as if you were trying to make your face narrow. Your lips will look a little rectangular and they will come forward slightly. Third, push your tongue down. Finally, let out a puff of air. Aw, 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 aw. Be careful not to pull your lips wide, because then you will say an a or an sound. The key is to pull in your cheeks a little to make the lips rectangular. Some words with the sound: car, garden, guard, start, call, on, off, thought, bought, caught, audio, talk, walk. Pause this video and practice saying these words with the correct sound. When there's an r after the pay extra attention to pulling in your cheeks so you are not saying an a or sound. It's car, not care, and garden, not garden, and start, not stat. Remember the Vietnamese word thịt bò. Don't forget to use a mirror to check your lip position. Pause now. Quite a lot of Vietnamese people confuse the O sound with the O sound when the O is before an R sound. So let's see how we make this sound correctly. The O sound in English is very similar to the O sound, but the main difference is that the mouth is quite open when we say the O sound, and it is more closed when we say the O sound. The English O sound is very similar to the O in Vietnamese, such as in the word born. To say the O sound, you need to do three things. First, open your mouth and drop your jaw, similarly to how you start to make the O sound. Second, round your lips and push them slightly forward. The opening of your mouth will be smaller than with the O sound. Finally, let out a puff of air. O, 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 O. Be careful not to relax your lips when you say the O sound. The key is to round your lips. Some words with the O sound: store, door, floor, morning, board, short, story, fortune. Pause this video and practice saying these words with the correct O sound. Pay extra attention to rounding your lips so you're not saying an O sound. It's store, not star, and born, not barn, and short, not shart. Remember the Vietnamese word born. Don't forget to use a mirror to check your lip position. Pause now. There's a little problem with the O and the O sounds. If you look up the word caught in an American dictionary, it's very likely that you will see it transcribed as caught with this symbol. But in the part about the O sound, we said it was pronounced with this symbol. So which one is correct? Well, yes, according to the traditional school of pronunciation, there are two very similar sounds in American English. A as in job and O as in caught. However, these two sounds have been merging into one sound in American English, and most people in America, especially in the West and the Midwest, now pronounce both of these sounds the same way. So for them, job and bought will have the same vowel sound. To make matters more complicated, even when you differentiate the O of job and the O of caught, the O sound in caught actually changes when it is pronounced before an R sound, and it becomes a more rounded O sound. And it will sound very different from the original O sound in caught. So in reality, this symbol is used in dictionaries to represent two distinct sounds. The first is the vowel sound in caught, and the second is the vowel in court. But as you can hear, the two sounds are very different, and caught and court do not have the same vowel sound. So in my opinion, this system of separating the O and the O sound and using this symbol to represent two sounds is very confusing. I think there's no point in trying to teach people to differentiate and use two confusingly similar sounds. when the American people themselves don't really differentiate them. At the same time, we should be able to show learners the differences in the sounds when there is actually a difference. Therefore, in order to make things simpler and more practical for Vietnamese people, at Sonus, we transcribe words such as caught, bought, and talk with this symbol. And we reserve this symbol for those cases where the O comes before an R, such as in core or story. So where the O sound is clearly different from the O sound. This way, our learners can focus on the important tasks. Mastering the O sound to say words like star and far well, and not to say stare and fire instead. And differentiating the O sound from the O sound in words such as star and store, or far and for. My final comment on this issue is that in some American dialects, people pronounce the O in for and the O in far the same way. So for these speakers of English, there's absolutely no difference in O and A, and they will say orange instead of orange, and forest instead of forest. I know, English is weird. But after all this academic rambling, my main message to you is that no matter which American way you choose to pronounce car, it's not cat, and caught is not cut. It's car and caught. I hope this explains why there's so much uncertainty around the O and O sounds, and why at Sonus we have decided to simplify matters a bit and transcribe caught as this. However, if you still have a question, feel free to comment.
Nhiều người Việt Nam thường nhầm lẫn âm O với âm A. Vì vậy, hãy xem cách chúng ta làm cho âm thanh này chính xác. Âm O trong tiếng Anh giống như khi chúng ta nói O trong tiếng Việt, chẳng hạn như trong từ thịt bò. Và để nói âm O, bạn cần phải thực hiện 4 điều sau. Thứ nhất, chúng ta phải mở miệng ra, thả hàm xuống. Thứ hai, chúng ta phải kéo gò má vào trong như thể là chúng ta đang cố gắng làm cho khuôn mặt hẹp lại. Và đôi môi sẽ giống như hình chữ nhật và chúng sẽ hướng về phía trước một chút. Thứ ba, đó là chúng ta phải hạ lưỡi xuống. Và cuối cùng là thả luồng hơi ra. O, O, O. Cẩn thận đừng kéo môi rộng bởi vì bạn sẽ nói âm A hoặc là âm E. Và điều quan trọng là đẩy má của bạn một chút để làm cho đôi môi giống như hình chữ nhật. Và một số từ có âm O, chẳng hạn như car, garden, guard, started, call, on, off, thought, bought, caught, audio, talk, walk. Tạm dừng video này và thực hành nói những từ này với âm O đúng. Khi có âm R sau O thì chú ý thêm vào việc kéo má về. Vì vậy, bạn sẽ không nói âm A hoặc âm E. Đó là car, không phải care. Và garden, không phải garden. Start, không phải là stared. Hãy nhớ đến từ tiếng Việt thịt bò và đừng quên nhìn vào gương để kiểm tra vị trí môi của mình nhé. Tạm dừng video tại đây. Rất nhiều người Việt Nam thường nhầm lẫn âm O với âm O khi âm O đứng trước âm R. Vì vậy, hãy xem cách chúng ta làm cho âm thanh này chính xác. Âm O trong tiếng Anh rất giống với âm O, nhưng sự khác biệt chính là miệng của chúng ta mở khi chúng ta nói âm O và miệng hơi đóng lại khi chúng ta nói âm O. Âm O rất giống với âm O trong tiếng Việt, chẳng hạn như khi chúng ta nói từ 4. Và để nói được âm O, bạn cần làm 3 điều. Đầu tiên là mở miệng và thả hàm xuống, tương tự như cách bạn bắt đầu tạo ra âm O. Thứ hai, đó là bạn phải làm tròn môi và đẩy chúng về phía trước một chút. Việc mở miệng của bạn sẽ phải nhỏ hơn khi mà bạn nói âm O. Cuối cùng, hãy phát ra một luồng hơi âm O, O, O. Và hãy cẩn thận đừng thả lỏng môi của bạn quá nhiều khi bạn nói âm O, vì vấn đề là bạn phải làm tròn môi của mình. Và một số từ với âm O, chẳng hạn như store, door, floor, morning, born, short, story, fortune. Tạm dừng video này và thực hành nói những từ này với âm O đúng. Và hãy chú ý đến việc làm tròn môi để bạn không nói âm O. Đó là store, không phải là star, và born, không phải là barn, và short, không phải là shark. Hãy nhớ đến từ tiếng Việt 4 và đừng quên sử dụng gương để kiểm tra vị trí môi của bạn. Và tạm dừng video tại đây.
The spelling of the O sound can be a little tricky, so let's look at the typical ways how to write this sound. There are, of course, always exceptions to rules, but the following will give you a good understanding of the basic principles. The letter A, followed by an R or an L, is always pronounced as O in American English. Car, garden, start, far, call, bald, stall, fall. The letter O, followed by a consonant, without a silent E after the consonant, is usually pronounced as O if it's a stressed syllable, such as in hot, pot, off, and on. The letters AW is always pronounced as O if it's a stressed syllable, like in the words raw, paw, law, draw, awkward, awesome. OUGH and AUGH in irregular past tense verbs is pronounced as O. Bought, brought, thought, fought, caught, taught. So we do not pronounce the letters U, G, and H in these words. AU is usually pronounced as O. Audio, author, audience, automatic. So we do not pronounce the letter U in these words either. Now, let's see the typical ways of spelling the O sound. The letter O, followed by an R, is almost always pronounced as O if it's a stressed syllable. 4, 40, store, story, store, fortune, lord, shore, morning, board, door, floor. OU, followed by an R, is usually pronounced as O if it's a stressed syllable. port, for, pour, source, course, more. OA followed by an R is usually pronounced as O if it's a stressed syllable. Bore, soar, roar, hoard, board. As you can hear, the O sound is always followed by an R sound. I hear a lot of Vietnamese people saying the A and O sounds incorrectly when these sounds come before an R sound. So let's look at some minimal pairs with these two sounds. Watch and listen to me saying these minimal pairs and focus on the differences. The first difference is in how much we open the mouth. The A sound needs more open mouth than the O sound. A, O, A, O, A, O. The other difference is in the shape of the lips. The A sound is pronounced with a kind of rectangular lips. A, A, A. While the O sound needs more rounded lips. O, O, O. I will use my hands to help you visualize the differences. I will use this for A, and I will use this for O. Here are some minimal pairs with the A versus O sounds. Far, for, are, or, star, store, car, core, bard, board, far, for, park, pork, fart, fort. Pause this video and practice saying these minimal pairs and focus on saying the A and O sounds accurately. Focus on the difference in the lip positions and use a mirror to get it right. Make sure that you are not saying an A sound instead of the O sound. It's farm, not farm. When we say the A, the corners of the mouth and the cheeks are relaxed, and the lips will have an oval shape. Ah, ah, ah. But when we say the O sound, the cheeks and the corners of the mouth will be pulled in slightly. So your lips will have a rectangular shape. O, O, O. In fact, there is not a single English word that has an A before an R. So please forget the R sound combination. Pause now. In the first activity, we will test your ability to recognize the A and the O sounds in words. You will hear 4 words, and you will have to make 4 decisions. We start at 1. After hearing each word, you'll have to make a decision. Turn left or turn right, based on what sound you hear in each word. If you hear the O sound in the word, you have to turn to the left. And if you hear the O sound in the word, you have to turn to the right. After 4 words, we will arrive in a city. Your job is to correctly guess the name of the city where we have arrived. Let's do an example. 4, 4, we're going to the left. Star, star. We're going to the right. Park, park. We're going to the right. Bard, bard. We're going to the right. And we are in New York. Can you hear the O sound in the second word of New York? In the first and the second set of words, I will say each word twice. Are you ready? Core, core. Farm, farm. Fort, fort. Store, store. Where are we? Write the name of the city in the comments. Second set of words. Are you ready? Car, car. Far, far. Or, pork, pork. Where are we? In the third and fourth set of words, I will say each word only once. Are you ready? Fort, court, fart, are. Where are we? Fourth set of words. Are you ready? Farm, park, star, far. Where are we? Write the name of the cities in the comments. This second activity will improve and test your ability to distinguish the A from the O sounds in sentences. You will see a sentence on the screen where one word has two options. You will hear the sentence with one of the words being said. Your job is to choose which word was used in the sentence. Number 1. The options are stores and stars. Just look at all the stores. Just look at all the stores. Number 2. The options are court and cart. The workers had to rebuild the cart by hand. The workers had to rebuild the cart by hand. Number 3. The options are core and car. If you want to win the race, we have to make your core stronger. If you want to win the race, we have to make your core stronger. Number 4. The options are bore and bar. The bar knocked him off his feet. The bar knocked him off his feet. The third and final activity will improve your ability to say the A and O sounds accurately in sentences. Look at the sentences, listen to me saying them, and then pause the video after each sentence and practice. Focus on saying the sentences accurately and slowly first. Only say a sentence faster if you can say it accurately at a lower speed. Here are the sentences. Number 1. We are far from the stars. We are far from the stars. Pause now. Number 2. Park the car, but not too far from the bar. Park the car, but not too far from the bar. Pause now. Number 3. I thought the bald guard in the garden was awkward. I thought the bald guard in the garden was awkward. Pause now. Number 4. The author started reading a boring part of the story to the awesome audience. The author started reading a boring part of the story to the awesome audience. Pause now. Number 5. I was bored in the morning, so I walked to the store and bought some pork. I was bored in the morning, so I walked to the store and bought some pork. Pause now.